Hello, welcome back. Yeah, there's my cat again. She's making a bunch of racket today. Welcome back for Mouth of the Beast Below, and I'm excited to see what's happening today because last session that we had was pretty frightening. So we'll see what happens. Before we hop into everything, though, and I pass everything off to Leland, we'll let everybody introduce themselves and their characters. We'll start at the top left with Mr. Parr. Tell us a little bit about Cliff and yourself.
It's been a while. Cliff is a merchant extraordinaire, a fence that can get anything for anyone at any time for any price, as long as it's a good one. And I am Mr. Parr. I am here online, going from show to show, playing new characters and having new adventures. Hello.
Awesome. Next, we'll hop over to Nathan. Tell us a little bit about Fleetfoot Mac and yourself.
Hey, what's up? It's me, Nathan Kiss, aka What is Kiss, aka Fleetfoot Mac investigator, and currently hot on the trail of Stanley Duchovny. But currently, even more currently, I am taking a detour from my typical investigative, white whale, because something more sinister, rather it's more close to us, has come afoot in the form of weird green candles, shipmates found in delirious states, weird songs being sang as one rolls in the middle of the night. Also, maybe some time lapse. I don't know. I think we lost an afternoon. That is the new case that Fleetfoot is on. So maybe a paranormal investigator. Who knows? Maybe Ghostbusted might be in our future. Follow me on Twitter.
Awesome. Next, we've got Stace. Tell us a little bit about Squire Flippa and yourself.
Well, Squire Flippa is a camel centaur, which I feel like cannot be said enough. And she is seeking the thrill of battle, but instead she's finding a lot of mystery and intrigue. So we'll see what happens with her. As for me, I'm found around the internet as Stace Windu. I have a podcast that drops on Wednesdays, Explorers Wanted. I play a fighter type there too. Come check it out.
Awesome. Thanks so much for that follow there, Jess the Human. And then also we've got Nikki, who plays Daisy. She'll be joining us shortly. But in the meantime, definitely go give her a follow on Twitter as well, because she's really awesome and does a lot of really cool tabletop played games and streams and stuff as well. And then for me, I'm Raven. I'm the creative director for The Raven Evermore, which is my brand for all the various things I do, most of which are tabletop related. There is my link tree in chat where you can find all the various things that I do. If my bot was working, which it's not, I'll fix that in a second. So that's me, and then also a quick mention of sponsors, which is Fundamental RPG, which just came out on Amazon for physical print, and you can get the PDF at coffee.com/raven/shop. So just like right below my face, just add /shop to the end of that. Thanks for that, host. And then Intrepid, which is adventuring gear for real life. So if you like athletic, that's the word I was looking for. Athletic, casual, or outdoor wear with a tabletop theme. It's some cool stuff, and you can find it at the same place. And then for my character, I play Katanova, who is a Grendel, sort of like a satyr. But the furry part starts around the knee, and she's got giant horns, slightly reminiscent of Nicobolas from Magic the Gathering. And she's a socialite anarchist, so she mingles with all the fancy rich people, gets into their inner circles, and then sows the seeds of their own destruction from within. She's a lot of fun, especially at parties. And that's me and my character, so I'm going to hand it off to Leland. Tell us about this really cool game and a little bit about yourself, and take it away.
Oh, hello. I am Leland /Leopold the Just. You can find me on the places and such. Um, I'm a social media coordinator for various companies. Hopefully, just one soon. If they'll hire me, that'd be pretty sweet. Anyway, and also this game. That's what we're here to do, right? The game. It is called In the Mouth of the Beast Below. Not necessarily just mouth of the beast below. You got to get in there first. We're not just talking about the mouth. We're in the mouth. So just remember that.
I'd rather not be in the mouth.
All right. Well, we're gonna be in there at some point.
The journey is the most important part.
Exactly. That's where it starts. Is the mouth. It ends. Well, you can figure out the rest.
The real mouths were the beast along the way.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Follow hashtag ITMOTBB for more posts about it, because I've just been poorly strapping that to things that I post. Occasionally it'll get strapped there, but you can find some stuff. Last session. Okay, well, in general, the group is on a journey across what is normally a treacherous inner sea. But they decided the ship that they're on is taking an alternate route for whatever reason, and this alternate route has proven to be even more treacherous than it would be normally. The sea is notorious for paranormal happenings and dangerous wildlife, all that sort of stuff. So there was risk involved and understood kind of at the beginning, but it seemed to have exponentially increased, even more so than what the seasoned sea captain had expected. Recently, they were moving along their journey, and they were at the beginning of the last session. They were given some rewards from the captain for helping defend the ship a few sessions prior against a giant sea slug parasite attack, which came from a wave that had almost overtaken the ship. And so, because they had fought valiantly, they were rewarded by the captain throughout the day of work, because in the very beginning of the journey, the group was offered their money back on the passage that they had paid for, but specifically in exchange for it, they could basically just work and help out, because 3 of the crewmates had actually died in a mysterious way before they even left the shore. That mysterious way involved them appearing to have drowned, but they were completely in their beds and completely dry, and the multiple people who were guarding the hallway did not see them leave after they entered. So that's kind of where the mystery began. To a reference back to that was what happened last week, where a few of the crewmates had felt like an overwhelming sensation of drowning. It actually had happened to a couple of party members a few days prior, but this time it had happened to some NPCs. So that was kind of one of the more eventful things that happened last session. Other than just general scary stuff, I guess. The group was and some role play, I guess. Go check it out. Whatever. It's not that. It wasn't super eventful, but it was kind of like a lot of little like bits of foreshadowing, so it might be worth rewatching. And so for this session, we're picking back up where the group has come upon an abandoned merchant vessel that is anchored. The water, strangely, the water around it is almost completely still, as well as the air. So there seems to be some sort of strange weather event or something possibly even magical going on around the ship that is causing these strange effects. The group was asked by the captain to go with her and a couple of others to investigate the ship. Another thing that is important is all of the food on the Gallant Gale, which is the ship that they've been on the journey of this whole time, has been rotting for the past few days. So that's part of the reason why they're investigating this merchant ship is, which the captain mentions it, is in hopes to find some food. So we will go ahead and start. I just want to do a special thank you to John Riggins, Alex at CanCas Art, and Travis Hansen for all the character art that we have used throughout this whole campaign. I also want to thank Raven for the promotional materials, overlays, and fortune and misfortune tokens. I would also like to suggest that you go and check out Asgar's Fantasy Map Generator. That is AZGAAR. Asgar's Fantasy Map Generator. It is what we use for all of the continental maps in this, and it's pretty awesome. It's completely commercial use, free, fair use, everything. Like no credit even required, but I give credit anyway because this is what I do. But yeah, go check it out if you're looking to generate a map. Lot more to it than just land masses too. There's all sorts of like, it generates towns, their population, what sort of industries in the towns. It's pretty cool. And also I would like to thank for the first time today, 1985 Games for today's ship maps, which I purchased on Roll20. That's the maps you'll see today whenever we go to the map screen. And lastly, I want to thank Kevin McLeod, Tabletop Audio, and a pal of mine, Paul Melanson, for all of the awesome sounds that we use in this. So, sorry about that. That was just a bit of an intro there. But anyway, the sun begins to dip behind the horizon, filling the sky with the red glow of twilight. The seas remain calm, eerily calm in the area surrounding the abandoned merchant vessel. The travelers await for the captain on deck, gear in hand, and they begin conversing about the days past and journey ahead. So you're all kind of basically on the deck of the Gallant Gale. The ramp is down onto the other ship. I don't know what it's called when one ship, I guess, boarded to the other ship. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a pirate. But anyway, it's parked next to the other ship and the ramp's down. There we go. So you're all just sort of sitting there. The seas are, like I said, completely still, which is, weird because as you were coming in with your vessel, the waters were fairly choppy. But you're all just sort of standing there around as a group and with no one in earshot. I want to basically open this up if you guys would like to role play a bit of conversation for a moment, as this is kind of a time where no one's around and you can speak privately with each other. I hate to drop that on your plates right at the very beginning of the session, but
Hey, that's
I
why
just
we're
wanted to give you
here.
the chance. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think Kata's just gonna kind of look at the others and be like, so, are we really going over to that ship?
Well, I figure if we want to eat, we're going to need more food. Why not check the ghost ship?
Of course, the ghost ship. What could go wrong, right?
I mean, a lot could go wrong, but well,
That was a
why not
rhetorical
check
question.
the ghost ship?
Well, we could turn a profit, and really, that's all I care about.
What's your ankle?
If there's anything on that ship worth taking, I would love to have it, or, even better for me, distribute it.
Cliff. I thought you were a very smart man, Cliff. I'm surprised. You want to take something off of a ghost ship, repurpose it, and sell it for your own personal profit. Did you not have parables where you're from, Cliff? Cliff.
I don't believe in such a thing.
Ooh. Are you saying you're not suspicious at all, Cliff?
Superstition is simply for those who are afraid.
And fear is a very reasonable way to respond to a ghost ship manifesting in the middle of a still sea. I digress. Flipper.
Yeah, if you're afraid, you can just stand next to me.
Thank you very much, Flipper.
And then Flipper tries to like twirl her spear in a very cool way. It's not that cool.
Nevertheless, Kata moves closer to Flippa.
You go to flip it and it like accidentally bumps your hump on the back, and so you like kind of mess your spin up a bit.
I just thumbs up it. Intention over impact. I get what you're putting down. Well, I guess I'm gonna hop off like a chair onto the floor.
Yeah, we'll say there was a crate, like some sort of storage crate you're on the deck.
Now that my apples are finished, shall we?
Yep. And right around this time, Captain Saltblade, whom looks like this here, which I have a handout. That's what I could do. Captain Saltblade comes up, and behind her is Lyra Fishman, which is the tall, skinny, like 60-year-old human guy with got like a black slacks and like a white button-down shirt that's kind of like stained with food. He doesn't seem to be very well kempt. And then also Lena Fireforge comes in, who is the chef that fought the slugs with you when you were all eating dinner when the slug wave came in. That's what I don't call it, slug wave. So they arrive, geared up as well, and they come over to you and just sort of cordially nod. The vessel itself is I'd say it's probably about 2/3 the size of the Gallant Gale. Its sails are down, not because they're not suspended. They're down because there's no wind. But at the same time, just before the Gallant Gale like made its way over here, the wind was bringing it here. So again, confusing weather, scary weather even. You can see many crates and barrels lined up along the deck. Oh wait, hold on. I can just let's go to the map.
Already there.
All right, and if the music's too loud, just adjust it on your end. I've got it adjusted on my end. I know people have different volume settings, so. But yes, so we've got we'll say you all make your way down the ramp over the side here, and you're on the deck now. You can see various crates and barrels all alongside. This is definitely a well-stocked merchant ship.
Wait, there's a crate and barrel here? This is a fancy ship.
What? I don't get that joke.
It's a store.
It's a store. Okay, I get it now. That was a good joke. Only crate. I know of Cracker Barrel. That's a restaurant. Anyway, so we have various different containers. Up here is the steering / navigation area. It looks like underneath the stairs here, there's just like an enclosed storage area. It's not like a room or anything, but it's just like, it's almost like a deck, a covered storage area for more supplies that are in the same containers that we see here, these wooden crates. Everything as far as the state of the ship goes, when you're from first glance, it looks to be completely normal. It's not glowing any faint ghostly colors or anything. It's just a ship in some weird weather, right? But the captain kind of gathers everyone up here and stands in the group and says a couple of things before going down. She first compliments Daisy's iron hand that she's got, and she says that she's the last crew member, the last crew member who owned it would be happy to know it went to someone so pleasant. But yes, more on to the business at hand here. Food is still rotting, and it seems to be that only those giant sea slugs are coming up when we do any fishing. And she points over to Flippa and Cliff, because you weren't here last time, Stace, but Flippa was reassigned to fishing duty after she was noticed being a little snoopy down in the cargo deck. So both of you yesterday battled some slugs as the fishermen were pulling them up in nets. It's kind of like, it wasn't like a full-on battle, but it was just like a little event that happened. But yes, we definitely might need some supplies off of here, so let's try not to burn the ship down. And she kind of glares over at Fleetfoot and over at Daisy.
Glares. We saved everyone.
I suppose. Luckily, the deck was soaking wet from that wave. So, anyway, I'm gonna head down with you all. Lyra and Lena here will remain above deck while we go in to investigate together. I'm definitely glad you've all agreed to come along after the way you've handled yourselves, and after the way you handled yourselves during that fight with the slugs originally. Decided it would be good to have you here. Anything we find down here is definitely going to be split, and if it's just raw goods, we'll sell it when we get to the shore and split the profit with everyone. So it'll definitely be worth your time. First, I think maybe we should look around on the deck here and see if we can't find any food or anything of value. If everyone could just sort of split off and go and investigate some of these crates and barrels before we head down. And you see that this sort of trapdoor here or whatever is what she's talking about when she refers to heading down. So go ahead. Sorry.
Would that be a scrutinize roll to?
Yes.
Look around?
I will. Yep. All right. So start. So if everyone wants to go ahead and just move their tokens to wherever they want to do some local searching at.
Speaking of Cracker Barrel, I'm gonna see if there is one over here.
It's Southern food.
Hardtacker barrel. Sorry.
All right, Daisy's going to go under here and look underneath this like crawl space underneath where sort of Flippa is searching at, and Saltblade is going to check these here. And Cliff, did you want to go and search any of these, or do you want to just hang out and let everyone else do all the work like you did on their first day of fishing duty?
Supervising.
I'm just joking.
Listen. It's just a recognition of where your strengths lie. Delegation and leading other people to their right roles is something that Cliff can do.
Okay, so you're just pointing people out. Well, that looks like a good spot. I love it. All right. No, I do love that. Yeah, everybody.
Crate, barrel, crate, barrel,
ocean, sails,
sharper image.
All right. So, in this case, I wouldn't have you roll because you're just basically flipping barrels up and opening lids and all that. Flippa, you do in this general area where you're searching. After a few minutes pass, I'm gonna say a few minutes pass for everyone, obviously. You find some nice rolled linens here in these crates. Hold on, I can use this. Nice rolled linens here. and over here. You find some animal hides, like rolled up in a circular. They're like dried already, but they're all like rolled up and like raw, waiting to be like worked into leather. They're all like in these various barrels, or sorry, these barrels here. And over in these barrels here, you find some various spices, some like curry, some turmeric, some and like some satchels of like rosemary and thyme in the smaller barrel. Daisy, she finds basically like tons of expensive silk underneath this platform. Kata, you find silk in this crate here. It looks to be of like less quality than the other silk, possibly, that Daisy's kind of pulling out under the deck over here. You also find some spices here, and so basically in all of the barrels in your area, Kata, you find spices, and in all of the crates you find silk.
With the spices, Kata would whatever the spice is, just take some out and put some on her tongue.
Yeah, well, let's say it's curry.
Okay. Does the curry taste like it's very old and not very potent, or is it got a big kick to it?
Oh, it's got a nice kick.
Okay.
A nice kick to it. Yeah, it's
So-
spicy. It's red.
Kata will call out and say, "I don't think food is spoiling over here like it is on our ship."
Good way to figure that out.
Ghost ship 1, regular ship 0.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like in terms of the
Hey.
buffets.
Have you considered that maybe we were on the ghost ship?
Whoa.
Currently, our ship is under investigation for being cursed, possibly by a ghost. I think there's a high chance of a ghost being on this ship. Some squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares.
That's true.
How?
That's a fact. That's a cold hard fact. Education roll tells us so. So you find some animal hides over here, Fleetfoot. Through your searching, you find some spices in this barrel and in these barrels, and you find some actual like leather here that's worked into like protective cloaks, I guess, like some like thin leather cloaks that seems like they've been crafted and someone's gonna go sell them at the market or something.
I look at the cloaks and see how like kind of weighed down that they are, and I throw one across my shoulders. If there's one in me size.
Oh, yeah, there is. You have to dig a
Awesome. Osh gosh bagosh, wonderful.
bit. Yep, now you have a cool leather cloak. It makes that flapping noise that leather makes when you're walking, and it's like hitting
But
the
it
ground.
won't stop. It's like there's a hair on the tip of your tongue. And it's
Yeah, that's exactly it. After about 5 or 10, the captain says, I just found some silk over here. Keep looking. Maybe we'll find some actual food up here. I don't know. Right about the time that she says that, some of your old friends decide to make an appearance. They start slithering up the side of the ship from, apparently they were attached to the bottom of it because you didn't see them along the side when you came up. But yes, some of these giant slugs have slithered up and they let out a loud, high-pitched noise as I just demonstrated for you there. And we will go ahead and roll initiative. That's why this cool battle music's going. You thought it was just like a really heated search scene, but no. All right.
All right.
Let me close this. Not close that. All right, we're good. All right. So as far as initiative goes, you just roll a D10 and add your initiative. It's on the talents and trappings page. You'll see your initiative bonus. It'll be the number above where it says 3 plus PB.
Perfect.
Okay. Let me add everybody to the initiative tracker real quick. And we will say that Lyra and Lena, in the time that you all were searching, have already started like offloading some of the supplies here. So they're actually below deck on the Gallant Gale right now. Since I don't want to crowd the battlefield too much. All right, let's see. Is that everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I added someone twice. Hold on. Oh yeah, I added Daisy twice. And I'm just gonna go as Daisy's character. I just gotta put it on a screen. There we go. All right, cool. Don't worry, if I ever play someone's character, they're not at risk of death. That would be me. All right, so let me add these guys to it. Let's see. Add turn. All right, and give me just 1 second. Sorry, I actually forgot to put our fortune tokens on the screen, so that I just need to copy and paste something real quick.
No worries. Currently looks like you've got 4 misfortune tokens, and we've got 2 fortune tokens.
Okay, cool. That's cool, buddy. I'm gonna just sort of put them down here at the bottom. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, up, yeah, up. I will put them alongside the ship. Okay, misfortune tokens. So we're starting off with 4 misfortune tokens and 2 fortune tokens. Cool. That means I get to wreak some misfortune upon you, which is always fun. All right, all right. Sorry, I normally set up like a little empty space for these tokens. Sorry, I'm just on the map.
You're good.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Let me get this back open. All right, Flippo, what was your initiative? 10.
10.
Okay, sorry, got it. And Daisy's, I need to roll. Oh yeah, that's right. She's got a really high initiative. Initiative bonus. I mean, D10 plus 11. All right, just rolled that. And Kata's is 11. That's 16. Oh, okay. Captain Saltblades. Well, Captain Saltblade's going last. At least you don't have to worry about the strong NPC stealing all your thunder. Even though in this game I would love for a strong NPC to steal every bit of thunder I have if it kept my character alive. And then I need to roll. Alright, that's... And descending. Alright, cool. So, Cliff, it is your turn. And keep in mind you've got 3 action points. And the action list is in the handouts. If you don't have it, I would save it to your computer. That way you can open it up in its own in like an image viewer file if you haven't done that yet. Just 'cause it's a lot easier to view than on that Roll20 window. But yes, the actions list. I'd probably open it for myself. Huh? All right, but yes, you have 3 action points. Your weapon itself takes action points to reload, so that's something to keep in mind. You can do things like if you really want to hit, you could do things like take aim, where you spend an AP to add +10 to hit, or +20 to hit if you spend 2 AP. You could do stuff like Litany of Hatred, where you intimidate the foes and reduce their damage and peril thresholds, or you can do Inspiring Words, where you boost your allies. All sorts of cool perilous stunts that you can do that are like, stunts, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Just some suggestions. Anyway.
Okay. I forgot for a second how this combat works. Okay.
Everybody has a movement action, and so your character, your movement is the number close to your initiative on the right, and that's how many squares you can move. And then you just have 3 AP to spend, and all of the actions on the action list have an AP cost.
Okay. So I imagine Cliff only is top of initiative because he was delegating.
Yep.
See? Got an eye on the whole situation. Look what happens.
Yeah, he saw everything. Hold on, this should be a little tilted like that. Saw everything slur up the side before anyone else because they were all looking in boxes.
So as this happens, I guess he turns to this one since it seems to be relatively sort of the closest one. Rather than starting off with a stiletto, I think he'd pull the gun out once more. The flintlock.
Yeah, you could draw them both if you want.
Sure.
You draw them both, and then when you're done stabbing the thing, you can just switch hands and shoot it. I wouldn't make that cost any actions or anything to do that.
Load the gun with the stiletto.
He's gonna shoot at this thing first.
If you play a pirate, if you get the pirate profession, you actually have it to where you can make a free gun or simple ranged attack anytime you land a successful melee hit. So it's like you do the whole pirate stab shoot technique.
So I'm gonna. All right. First of all, I'm gonna take aim.
Mm-hmm.
Only 1 AP, so plus 10. So that's routine for me. Yes. Of course. Not the first time I have to shoot someone, and then I will make an attack, a ranged attack.
Yeah, and just because I'm gonna say that you saw them climbing up the side and just started immediately loading your gun, because load takes too long for me to nerf you on the first round and say it's not loaded. So you want to take aim with one and fire with another. So, okay, and then you'll have 1 AP left. You could either do like Inspiring Words or Litany of Hatred, or you could save it for dodging or parrying, which is like your defensive maneuver.
I will for sure save it.
Okay, cool. All right.
So I actually had a roll here. Let's
roll
see.
on the talents and trappings. Yeah, there we go. You got it. All right, so you do have a fortune point if you want to re-roll. Oh, wait, hold on. Your difficulty is still... oh, no, you boosted it. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to re-roll with the fortune token, you can. I don't see anything against it.
We have enough misfortune as it is.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess that's it. I miss with a gun in a confined area.
It's an
Target
open
wasn't that far.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine.
Big surprise.
Yeah. All right. So don't worry. I'm about to use these misfortune tokens and give you some fortune back. All right. So it is Daisy's turn. She sees this thing, and let's see. Let me go to her character sheet, which is up here. Haha. All right. Daisy is going to take cover behind this crate here, and she's going to fire her shepherd sling at it. And take cover. Where's that? Take cover takes 1 AP, so she's not going to use the take aim action. She's just going to take cover, but she does gain. Plus, she's going to get, because she's short, she's going to get +6 for taking cover to her damage threshold for taking cover behind this. So actually, let me add that real quick before I forget. So that basically makes it her harder to damage because the box is in the way. And I would have given only a +3 if it had been anyone else but Fleetfoot or her, but because they're short, they get more cover. So yes, fire the shepherd sling. Did I do that already? No. Okay. Bloop. Submit. All right, 49 under 58. She tags it for 8 damage. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, she tags it for 8 damage. It is not looking so great because it does not have. Oh, okay, it takes 2. All right. All right, cool. All righty. So yeah, she tags it for. It is now, let's see, moderately wounded. So let me roll on the injury chart. Sorry, I've got 3 screens in front of me, and I'm just now getting used to where they're at. Okay. All right. So, oh no, the slug's got a black eye. She hits it right, and it's right in one of its eye stalks, and then now the little eye stalk is closed while the other one's like wide open, trying to see. So it flips to fail any skill tests which rely on its vision until it gets healed, which obviously it doesn't have any bandages because it's a slug. So now, okay, that was the wrong slug I did damage to, so let's go ahead and fix that. All right, and then we'll move over to Fleetfoot. It is your turn.
When Fleetfoot was checking the barrels earlier, these were just filled with like clothes and garments, correct?
Yeah, there are leather cloaks here, and then spices. So there's like spices, and then animal hide.
Perfect. Since these are spices in here and preserves, and this is a slug from the sea.
Yeah, let's see how salty these spices are.
Could I use my staff to? Well, actually, what check would I have to complete to knock this barrel over?
Let's see. I would say either your staff or athletics. You could just roll to hit with your staff, or you can roll an athletics check, whichever one you think you'd have an easier time succeeding on. Really, is what I would do.
Yeah, let me athletics.
Sorry, that's in That's in the brawn.
Brawn, perfect. All right. What would be the challenge of hitting a barrel with the staff?
At the staff, just negative. Put yourself on. Sorry, not negative. Put yourself on easy because it's just standing there.
The barrel is just standing there.
Yeah, it's standing there.
It did provoke
its own business.
It did provoke me. All right, situational modifier.
Yeah, so click easy up at the difficulty rating chart, and then click roll, and then ignore it where it says situational modifier. Just hit submit.
Gotcha.
All right, 15 under 63. All right, let's roll and see. I'm gonna give it like a. Okay, I was gonna give it a 50-50 shot of being like some sort of salty spice mixture, and we got a 35 under 50. So, I'm gonna go ahead and just roll 2d10 plus 2 peril damage.
You got it. 2d10. That's 1d10.
No.
That's 2d10.
All right, 5, 6, 7.
7 points of peril damage.
All right, so you largely missed it with the spice, but you did imperil it a little bit. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and give it 2. No, but there we go. All right, we're good. All right, so I'm keeping track of that differently than damage up at the top within the little red circle. I don't know if you can see those. But yeah, so you did 2 ticks of peril damage. So it is considered. Hold on, it is considered. I forget what 2. It's at ignore 1 skill rank because of the salt you just spilled on it. So So I need to go. Let me go ahead and just get rid of its melee skill. And I'll roll with that one. Actually, no, just when I roll with that one, I'll give it a -10. That's how I'll do it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you spilled a bunch of like some salty we'll say it's Cavenders. I don't know if anyone's ever had Cavenders. It's like Greek seasoning. It's very good. But anyway, I put it on everything. You spill a bunch of Cavenders. That's expensive. But yes, it is still there, but it's like you can see where it's like skin is
but
like
tastier.
its skin is like, yes, definitely. Its skin is like repelling from the spice that you spilled all over the ground. Here, let me go ahead and just draw a little circle here. Freehand. All right. There we go. That's where the salt's at. All right. Cool. Okie doke. And yeah, that was one action to move up and one to whack it. Do you want to do anything else, or do you want to save your last AP for parry or dodge or whatever?
I would say the last one for Perry.
Smart thinking.
Matthew and Tyler.
What about Luke? Sorry. All right, so it is the slug's turn. So I'm gonna go in just kind of the order they were engaged with. So this one is going to try and spit acid at you, Cliff. Just because, you know.
Oh, fun.
Kind of guy I am. So. Oh, a horrible fail. I'm gonna re-roll that with my misfortune. That's the first one I've used this whole game, I think. All right, let's try that again. 43 over 40. I still miss. Dang it. So yeah, now there is like you notice the acid. You jump out of the way basically. Just by sidestepping. It wasn't very hard. The aim on this thing is, oh wow, it just shot it out of its butt just then. Ignore that. Ignore the FX tool, ignore it. Anyway, but it shot it at you, but you just sort of sidestepped, and now you see like this like sizzling line of like gooey acid on the ground next to you. Not acidic enough to where if you stepped on it you'd burn your foot or anything, so you got boots on and all that. But all right, and then so this one is going to, it's got two options. Let's see who I want to attack. All right, Kata, it's looking right at you. Wasn't even paying attention to where the rock came from, and it's going to slither right up, and it like arches up on its tail and almost stands up kind of like a dog, and then like just opens its wide maw of a mouth and leaps forward and attempts to bite down with its teeth.
All right.
52 over 50. It misses. So it comes at you, about to bite you, and we'll just say like these things don't seem to be very accurate. It just kind of like almost misses you by a few feet. You just sidestep a little bit for your own comfort. That's about it.
Okay. Cool.
And then yeah, so no need to waste an AP to parry. Keep in mind the AP doesn't roll over. You don't have rollover AP. This is not Nokia. All right, so it's going to let's see. Well, actually I've got two options. 1, 2, 3. All right. Fleetfoot. It comes slithering around. Still, you see its skin almost like moving and pulling itself in to avoid the spices that you just threw all over the.
It's been assaulted. Now it wants revenge.
Oh no puns. No more puns. Okay, I'm just kidding. That was good. All right. Yes. You get +1 to something. Something that doesn't exist on the sheet. All right, but anyway, it slithers up to you and it's going to attempt to bite you with its proboscis. Or not proboscis. It's going to attempt to stab into you almost like a spear with its proboscis. proboscis, maybe. I don't know. It's got 2 of them. Someone Google that.
I would like to parry.
Okay, yeah. Let's see if it hits first, and if it misses, then you don't got to worry about it. So,
All right.
yeah. This is when you would need to parry.
All right. How do I parry? What button do I press? R
Let's see,
trigger?
no, R trigger. Yes. Left, down, right, up, L1, R1.
That's a lot just to parry.
It is. yeah. That's exactly. It's a yeah. No, if you go to the hold on one second, my dog is whining.
It's on
It's Let him parry.
talents and trappings. Down by your trappings on the right hand side on the character sheet. There's a button for dodge and parry.
Ah. Roulette or normal. Situation modifier, skip.
Sorry, my dog was making really loud whining noise. I was trying to get Constance to make it stop. Okay, so parry, if you go to the talents and trappings page and scroll down under armor and shield, you'll see dodge and parry. You just hit let's see, let me look at your doesn't your character have something that makes them really good at parrying? Let me see.
Yes. Do I add that with it, or do it because I just pressed the parry button?
Could you hit show on the thing? Oh well, yeah, okay. What did it do?
Is it in chat?
Yeah, I can see
it's
it.
in
15 under 81, right? Or-
Hit show on the talent that applies, that affects your parry. Isn't it?
On the character sheet. Yeah.
Craven, yes. You
the
may
Craven?
flip. Okay, you could flip to. All right, cool. Okay, that's cool. So if you had failed, we could have flipped the die numbers to see if it would have made you pass or not. So like it flip it from a 15 to a 51. You see what I mean? But anyway, the difficulty plus 20 shouldn't have still been there, but that would have only made it. You still would have been 15 under 61. So it comes in and shoots its 2 proboscis out at you. And what does your parry look like?
Fleetfoot takes off his hat and takes off his vest and then puts it on his staff to like rest, and then does sort of like have you ever like mopped or swept alone and the song was playing and you start dancing with the broom or mop?
Yeah.
That's what Fleetfoot does. That's his fighting style, but he needs a partner.
Got it. You had to put some hair on it. Excellent. We'll get you a wig for your staff.
No, it's his mustache. He puts his mustache over it. He brushes the mustache over the hair.
Oh, that's beautiful. All right, yeah. And the if the mindless slug could be confused, it would be. All right, so Kata, it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to spend 1 AP to take aim at the slug in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna throw a throwing knife at it.
All right, make sure you put set it your difficulty rating to routine when you take aim.
All right.
And if you could reset your difficulty rating back to 0, Nathan, that way it'll be set for next time. I wish it just like set one time, you rolled, and then it reset itself automatically. That'd be great. But all right, 15 damage. Okay, that's a lot. That means you must have rolled a 6 in there.
6 and a 4. Yeah, nice.
Oh, cool. Yep. So when you roll a 6, you roll again. It's exploding. All right. So this thing is not very tough. So you did this one here. All right, you kill it.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it is dead. Wait, go ahead and describe your killing blow, if you would.
I think the throwing knife just goes like right through its head and lodges into the wood stairs behind it. And
it's a slug
over.
Soft meats.
Yeah. So I've still got 1 AP left. I think I'm gonna use that to reload.
All right.
Just grab another throwing knife, basically.
Yeah, from your bandolier or whatever. All right, Squire Flipper of Kalos, it is your turn. Gotta say the whole name for anyone at home.
Squire Flip of Kalos is going to move up to this rail and rest her arms on it with her crossbow and take aim at this one.
All right, give yourself an additional +10 for using the rail as stabilization. So make it easy difficulty rating, and then roll.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay, at the very top, the character sheet, or just on any of the tabs, there's like a difficulty rating. It's got a red dot in the very center, and it's got a standard chunk. Yeah, just switch it over to that. And then once you're done rolling, switch it back to standard again, if you think about it. Arbalist crossbow. I was like, I didn't know what an arbalist crossbow was, and then I saw how fast your reload time is on it, and I was like, how the hell? And then I learned what an arbalist crossbow was. I was like, oh, that's how. It's an arbalist crossbow.
Yeah.
Okay. It's meant to be fired fast. Oh, and you can actually reload for like free or some shit, can't you, with one of your new talents?
Not for free.
For cheap.
1 action point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, so you did. So you knocked it down to seriously wounded. Let's see, and you've got punishing. Oh wow! So you actually, another cool thing about the arbalist crossbow is it's not weak like some of the other people's weapons. You actually can do full blown like serious and grievous injuries with it. So you seriously injured it. Let's go ahead and roll a D100. It's my favorite part about this game. Minus 2 zoomed in. So what did I get? A 38. Oh, cool. So this thing has head trauma. So it can't use any special actions. I'm gonna put, I don't know what's supposed to represent head trauma here. There we go. Head trauma. It's like a beat up face.
And since Square Flip of Kalos is practically last, I will spend the AP to activate that extra 1d6 Fury die.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll that. And you could also spend a fortune point to even max out one of your die too, if you wanted. If you wanted to.
Oh,
just
and
try
that's
to flat
a
out.
6.
Okay, yeah, you might not have to roll that again. Oh,
6.
fucking A! Yeah, keep going just to see how many you get. Okay,
1.
so you did 13 more damage. So you killed the hell out of it. So what does that look like? Well, so you leaned down, made your shot, and it landed. What does the killing blow look like?
I'm gonna take a little bit of creative liberty with this.
Of course, as much as you want. Well, sort of.
Yeah. So Squire Flippa, lines up her shot, leaning on the railing. That first shot's real careful, right like at the base of the neck, and then just like nail gun style, she just nails it to the side of the ship.
Excellent. That works. I'm fine with that. I love it. Okay. So yeah, that thing is just sort of dangling there, oozing jello-like substances. All right, so it is Captain Saltblade's turn. Oh, that nailed it to the wall! And she just turns around and almost like a bull stance, draws her rapier, and just her just wide girth 8-foot tall self just comes barreling up these stairs, leaping up past the steps almost completely onto the deck up here.
Watch out for the salt!
She slides in it a little bit and then winks at you, and then it goes down in with the rapier strike. She's going to take aim because she doesn't care about parrying. She's too tough for that. She's going to take aim, use an AP to move, and attack. 30. Wow, the least amount of damage I think I could have done. Cool. She injured it. She she comes down and just sort of sliced it across its back, and then her rapier's kind of stuck into the floorboard a bit, and she yanks it out. Oops. She gets real excited during battle. I don't know if you can tell. Oh wait, that's not dead. 1 damage. All right, it is only lightly wounded, so it doesn't take any injuries or anything. All right, and it is back up to the top. It is your turn, Cliff. You've got your 3 AP back again.
Okay. So
This is the only one left
That's
over here.
This one's. This one's alive. I don't even know if I can reach it. How far is my 4?
You're tall enough to where you could run up to the edge and stab it in between like the railing or something.
Can I go diagonal?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, and your movement's probably way higher. Yeah, that's only 4 squares, so your movement's probably twice that. Yeah, and I just count diagonals as 1 square. Technically, they should be like 1.5, but you know, who's got time to do that? Not me.
My movement is 4 squares, being the lumbering ogre.
Oh, that is right. It is 4 squares. Hey, but that's all you need. And you can attack from diagonal too. So if you want to stand there, you'd still be able to hit it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Any neighboring square, you're good to go.
Sure, I'll move there. Why not?
I feel like your slow movement has more to do with your your relaxedness more than your physical ability.
I have a relaxed gait, you know.
Yeah. Let me go stab this thing real quick. All right, and so make sure your difficulty rating up at the top is set to standard, unless you're taking aim.
Where's the actions? Hold on. Can I take aim on just a melee attack?
Yep, take aim on anything.
Oh.
You basically like, sort of like just focus. Sorry, I have squeaky doors. I need to spoil it.
Sure, I'll spend 2 AP to make it really nicely aimed.
Well, you have to spend 1 AP moving.
Oh, 1 AP. Sorry, 1 AP. Then.
Yeah, just 1. Yeah.
1 AP move. 1.
So set yourself to routine up at the top and then hit roll.
Okay, and then an attack with the stiletto.
In an ideal world, I would have had like 2 session zeros, 1 for session 0 and 1. You should use a fortune token since you have 3 again.
Oh my god! Wow, I'm just not rolling well. Huh? Crazy. Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, you hit, and I'll go ahead and flip the card for you. So we're at 4 and 2 again, Raven, on the overlay if you want to change it. And so you get a 30 under 60, and you nail it for 10 damage. All right, so it is actually wounded. And do y'all want to roll D100s to see what injuries you get, or y'all just want me to keep doing it?
I'm good with you doing it.
Yeah,
Okay,
as is
cool.
fine.
Yeah.
I just have a D100 like button pulled up so I can just tag it real quick. So it is with your stiletto. It's gonna be 3. Okay, it is seriously injured. Oh, cool. You ruined its armor. Basically, you like stab it in the side, and it kind of like in its back, and and then like we'll say just for the flavor and it to make more sense, you just sort of almost like you're filleting a fish, just to like drag your blade back, and it like kind of exposes enough of its like protective layer to where it gets rid of its armor. Let me go ahead and get rid of its armor.
Well, I do expose all of my contenders' weaknesses.
Well, that worked out good. Okay, so it's still alive though. And so Daisy, it's Daisy's turn. Daisy runs up to this slug and stabs it a few times with the stiletto just to make sure it's dead, and says, "Stay freaking dead." And that will be her turn. And then it's your turn again, Fleetfoot.
So she winked at me, right? Was it like hey, like I made a mistake wink, or is like, hey, I saw what you did, and I'm winking at you just because the thrill of battles also kind of got me like, you know, like in the zone type of thing.
It could be. I think you think it. Roll a scrutinize.
Okay.
Perfect time as any to scrutinize something, right? Over a wink. Yeah.
I mean, standard, don't we all?
Standard scrutinize. Yeah, she's
37.
She either fancies your mustache, or
doesn't.
she really digs your fast and loose chaos-based tactics.
Oh. Chaos.
Chaos, yes.
Then I am going to let her do her thing and disengage. Or not disengage. What's it called? Spend 2 action to maneuver? Maneuver.
Yep. Mhm.
Yes, I would like to maneuver.
All right, that's just one square. If you want to go back this diagonal square here or one or up
Ba, ba,
here.
ba.
Yep, perfect.
And make my action move back over here, right behind the wheel, and just tap the bottom of the staff along the wood of the
Okay.
deck. Just try to get its attention while she kind of aims her next shot.
I just
And
imagine
now
you,
in my
like,
turn.
I imagine you turning the wheel and holding your staff there like a bicycle spokes.
Yep.
Perfect. This thing's anchored. Who cares? All right. And then now it is this thing's turn. The way it turns around is almost like disgusting because it's almost like a worm. It's like its head like migrates to its back end. And it just like, and now it's facing you both down. I'm gonna roll and see which one of you guys I'm gonna hit. All right. It looks like it's gonna try and stab you with its proboscis through the railings, Cliff. It doesn't like that you tried to fillet it like a fish. So, and we will say because the railing's there, I'm gonna make this challenging for it. Actually, even better. Temporarily, Cliff, do you know where your damage threshold is? And all that stuff on your talents and trappings page on the bottom right.
Yeah, I see it.
Under
Damage
dodge and
threshold.
parry. All right, you see where damage threshold modifier is? So the
Yes.
All right, put a 3 there just for now. Until after and then when the battle's over, erase it if you think better. So it's
Okay.
and that's because you're getting minor cover from where you're standing and because of the railing and everything. So it's gonna come at you with its proboscis and let me scroll up. Roll. 69/50. I'm gonna flip a fortune. So we're back to 3 and 3. Let's re-roll. Because I'm evil. All right, here we go. 10/50. All right, you get hit for 7 damage. So what you want to do is consult your damage threshold tiers. And for each one that's the number 7 surpasses, that's how much damage you take. Or equals to or surpasses.
So with the 3, my lowest damage threshold, if I'm not mistaken, is 8.
8, yeah. So then you took no damage whatsoever. So in that case, because what put you over the line was the cover you're taking. It gets his proboscis almost like kind of caught in the railings a bit when trying to hit you. All right, and then now it is Kata's turn.
Bad for business.
All
Yep.
right.
And you can go ahead and erase that. Actually, just leave that 3 there for now, and I'll tell you to erase it later. Go ahead, Kata. Sorry.
So where it says short range 4, that means it's is it 4 squares? Is that what that means?
Yeah, 4 yards, 4 squares. Yeah.
Okay.
And
So...
and if you're flinging it into the medium, then you take a -10. If you're shooting it or flinging it or shooting it into the long, then it's -20. Actually, no,
Okay.
sorry, that's incorrect. Medium is standard. Short. Oh no, we're good. I was correct.
Okay, cool.
All right. So,
I'm gonna move. I'm just trying to refresh myself on what my move speed is.
I don't know if I'm correct, but we're just gonna go with what I said first, and then I'll read it later.
That totally works.
That's the best way to do
Where's my
things.
move speed?
Your move speed is also at the top under movement, above the 3 plus AB on talents and trappings tab.
3 plus BB, is that what you said?
3 plus AB. It's at the end on the right.
Okay, there it is. Okay, 8. Awesome. All right.
Yes, you have 8 squares. Yeah, 8 squares of
Now I know
comfortable
what-
movement just for one movement action, or one action. I mean.
Okay, cool. So this one's still alive.
Mhm.
I want to get...
Alive and hissing.
All right, so we're gonna
Get
go
it?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got plenty of movement to get over here.
Mhm.
And then just double checking in the right spot. Go away, little menu option things. I don't need that. There we go. Alright, cool. I'm within 4 squares. I'm gonna throw another throwing knife at it.
All right.
So that's 1 action point to move, and then and then 1 to throw the thing.
And because you go after the enemy, if you wanted to take aim, you could, because it's not going to go again before trying to attack you.
Nope, I'm good. 50 under 53 with 7 damage.
Oh, 7. Okay, so this would be a good spot to use a fortune point to maximize one of those damage die rolls.
Yeah, why not?
All right, so do you see, how do you know which die you rolled? Let's see.
So I rolled a 5, it looks like.
Okay, a 5. Oh, no, you rolled a 2. See, it says span class equals basic die roll to span. That's what we're looking at, that very last number. So you rolled a 2.
So I rolled 2.
So what we're going to do, you're at 7. So we're going to boost that 2 up to a 6, making this 11 damage. And then you're going to roll another d6 to see how much more damage you get. So you're at 11 now. Oh, nice. 16.
Right, so 16.
So, yeah. And so instead of just injuring it and making this go on longer, you kill it because of your fortune use. So we'll go ahead and flip that. So go ahead and describe what the kill looks like.
I think it's gonna be I think Kata's gonna get a little fancy with this one. So to make sure it doesn't go through the slug and then out into the ocean, she's just gonna like throw it. Looks like almost straight up in the air, but it just sort of arcs and then lands and just goes straight through the slug into the floorboard underneath.
The second you said, I'm gonna go a little fancy on this, that's exactly what my brain showed me, and then you described it. That's cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, great minds. All right, cool. Yeah, you just was like, it's like that dumb game where people throw like a rock in the air and try and dodge it or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that played that as a kid, but
I don't think I ever did that.
Oh, good.
But I get what you're saying.
But it explains a lot about me, right? That I played that one.
How many times were you unsuccessful is the question.
A couple. But it hurt bad enough to switch to like sticks instead. But anyway, no, me and my friend used to like throw big sticks at each other over these huge like azalea hedge bushes where we couldn't see each other. It was so stupid. But yeah, so you awesome. You just chunk it up in the air and it. All right, so we'll go ahead and close.
We're doing stuff like that with like a wiffle ball.
Yeah. Yeah, that's much safer and smarter. And again, I live in Alabama, so it explains. So, all right, cool. So you all are finished killing the slugs, and as soon as the last one goes limp, you're all met with boisterous laughter from the captain. Oh, wasn't that great? I don't know where these things are coming from, but they sure do think they can overtake ships. And then they can't. So, good job, everyone. Lyra, Lena, look what we ran into. And they come running over. They sit there. They sit the boxes down that they were sorting and come running over to the edge and look. It's like, and Lyra goes, "Oh, these things again." Yeah, these things again. And Lena speaks up. Well, too bad they're not edible. Ha! Even if they were, I don't think I'd want to eat them. Not yet, anyway. Not until I'm a little more starved. The captain says. Anyway, everyone, let's all look overboard here and see if we see any more crawling up. And after a couple of minutes of everyone just sort of like frantically looking around, you're able to determine that no more of them are climbing up the side. So the captain goes ahead and gathers everyone up around the hatch in the deck here.
Okay.
I'm just moving people over. If you don't like where I put you, you can move. There you go, right in. And just gathers everyone up, has Lyra and Lena guard the deck here while a couple of other crewmates come over and start offloading some of these spices and silk and linens and leather and stuff like that. They don't want to waste any more time here than they have, but they also do want to rate it for all of this stuff. All right, and that's a good halfway mark, because we might actually go the whole 3 hours this time, it looks like, because battle takes a long time. So let's go ahead and do a mid-session break real quick, and then we will come back with the group going down and onto the next floor, or down below deck to investigate.
All right, awesome. Yeah, we're gonna take like I said, a 15-minute break here, and we'll be right back after that. So hydrate, grab some snacks, all that good stuff, and then we will see you back here in 15 minutes.
Mouth of the deck below.
And we are back.
Hello, everyone. The first half of the session was fairly eventful. The group on their ship happened upon another ship that was just still in the water, anchored, a ghost ship, if you will. Sorry, my mustache is bothering me. And they went and investigated it. And while they were investigating it, everyone had split off and were looking at all the various crates and barrels and stuff. And then some of their familiar friends, the giant sea slug parasites, came crawling up the side of the hull and onto the deck and engaged with them. They dispatched them in fancy fashion, and here we are with. And since unfortunately Nikki could not make it today, her care, unless she shows up soon, her character Daisy is going to be staying on deck while the remaining characters and the captain of the ship, an NPC, goes down below. So you open up, everyone kind of gathers up, and you open up this metal hatch here. It looks like it was. It looks like it has a lock on it, but the lock is open, so you're able to just sort of pop it off without a key. It's basically slides to the back here, and then everyone climbs down a ladder. So give me 1 second. We will move. We're going to move them one by one. So we'll say Captain Saltblade goes first. And then we will move. We'll say Kata next. And then this is where you're being moved, by the way. And then we'll do Fleetfoot. Hold on, sorry. Flippa takes Flip. We'll do Flippa last, because even though she's way smaller than Cliff, she has 4 legs, so it's gonna take a little more effort for her to get down a ladder, but she will do it, no problem. Slides down on all 4s, I'm sure. All right, and we will bring Flip in. All right. All right, cool. So everyone is over here now on this side of the map. Is dynamic lighting working for everyone? Can you see?
Yeah, it seems to be.
Okay, cool. And you can't see into the rooms and all? Everything's dark?
Cannot.
Awesome. I like it. I did it right. Yay. Cool. If you've never done dynamic lighting before, it involves drawing a lot of shapes. That's basically it. All right, so you're all you're all down here in the lower deck, and things seem to there seems to be a strange smell down here. It kind of reminds you of the acidic spit from the slugs, which is, disconcerting, obviously, but or disconcerting. So basically, you're a little cautious. I'm sure everybody in demeanor and even in thought, as you're kind of looking around everything. You each have some sort of light source. I don't know, whatever you want, a torch, a lantern. It's whatever works for you. And so we will go ahead and go around and actually let everyone just kind of explore. You see, again, the ship does not seem to be in any sort of disrepair or anything. Nothing seems to be wet down here. You just see, lots of crates. Some of the tops of jars, so you can tell there's a bunch of linens here. There's animal hides over here. Seems to be more animal hides here than raw leather, other forms of raw leather, and some more linens over here. So we'll go ahead and go in order. Fleetfoot, you go first and start investigating. We'll just do this in order, just so. Actually, everybody, go ahead and move your character wherever you want to go to start searching the place. Just don't go in any doors or whatever. Basically, just if you want to go into a door, just put yourself at the edge of the door. that makes sense. So I was going to do it one at a time, but then my brain goes, that's going to take forever. So, all right, and then we will go, and then once everyone's moved, then we'll go in order. All right, so Fleetfoot, what are you up to down here? You're standing next to an open box of some nice cloth linens. Cotton.
As everyone else is getting down and Fleetfoot's making his way over, Fleetfoot wants to propose something to the captain, and he looks over to her, gives her a wink back, and he says, when we get these supplies back over to our ship, what's stopping them from immediately going to waste as soon as they board? Like the other supplies we've already have on.
I'm not sure. Hold on one second. Lena! All right, and you see a dwarf come and poke her head down through the thing here. Oh, yes, ma'am. She goes, we're wondering, you've been keeping up with all the food. Are the spices themselves going sour or going bad, or is it just fresh food and meat, or what's the deal? Well, it seems that the spices have been fine so far. It could be that it just takes them longer to sour, and that the other food sours faster. But I'm not sure. I actually haven't seen any of our spices sour, including Cliff's special blend. It's held up. So she looks over to you and goes, I don't know. If we find food, then maybe we only bring a little bit over at a time and see what happens.
Good thinking. Yeah, and I'm gonna head down to this end.
All right, cool. You want to open this here door?
Yes, please.
All right.
With my staff.
Yes, of course, safely.
That's how I got down here too. I did a pole dance. I swung down it like a little Nas descending to the seventh layer.
A little Nas.
The tiniest Nas. A teeny Nas.
Teeny Nas.
How many Nases can you fit on the tip of a needle?
Excellent. All right. So yeah, you can make your way in. Move your token in if you'd like. The door creaks open, and you don't hear or smell anything strange. You do find, as soon as you kind of peek your head around the corner here, though, you do find someone still and asleep, in one of these beds. They, it seems to be a crewman or something. They're just wearing, regular sailor clothes or whatever. They are completely still in the bed, and you noticed that they almost like their mouth is like a cup being carefully balanced on a cushion. You can see water just filled it up. It's the same way that the crewmen were found in the very beginning at the tavern.
Also, don't mind me. This is just so the audience can see what Fleetfoot's seeing.
Oh yes, hold on. I know exactly how to fix that. Just give me. If the audience gives me like 30 seconds, I can do it.
This is okay. I don't mind moving my token around.
All right.
And that way I don't see anything that I'm not supposed to see yet. Also. Yeah,
that's true. Okay. That works. There is a way I can do it, but like give you. They changed the dynamic lighting settings. Whatever. We will continue. All right. Yeah. And that's fine. Yeah, we could just say Kata's over here somewhere. Whatever. It doesn't matter. So Fleetfoot. What would you like to do? You do notice that there are some, containers around you. Some, one of which looks like a personal, like stowaway chest instead of like a storage crate.
Well, I gotta check the chest.
Of course.
And just to verify, as I kind of like maneuver around in the room, They're laying there in the bed, face up, mouthful of water or something.
Yeah, and
You
they're
know.
dry, perfectly dry.
One
Other
hand
than
in a
their mouth.
bowl.
So, yeah. They've peed
Yeah, just
themselves.
very cautiously, just scanning the room, checking the chest, and also if there's anything underneath the bed,
Okay, yep. All right.
like a monster.
In the chest, you find a rapier. Let's see. I have this written down here, so if someone wants to write it down now, they can. If not, I can always just copy and paste it later and put it in the group notes or something. I'm just moving you out of the way so I can see. You find a rapier, 80 silver, 80 silver shillings, 35 gold crowns, a pair of medium-sized fine clothing, or an outfit, which kind of looks more like a noble's outfit, or something someone would wear at a party, maybe. You find a spyglass, and underneath the bed, you find a first aid kit with 3 bottles of laudanum and 5 bandages. So I will, give me a second. I will just move that to the map layer. And then I will go to the map layer area, and I'll just put it over there, like right there. Wait, I don't know if that works. Anyway, token layer. Token. There we go. I don't know if you can see it now. There we go. If anyone wants to write that down. Boop. There you go. Boop, 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 boop. Oh no, I've messed everything up. All right, boop, boop. All right, sorry. I was just playing around with that. All right, so we will go on to Cliff. What's Cliff up to?
Well, looking at inventory so far, this is not my favorite venture. I do, of course, dabble in some of the less desirable objects of society, but this is truly not the best quality I've ever experienced. But in a crisis, anything will do. So I guess at this point, Cliff will also take a little look around, a closer look.
All right. Do you want to go to a particular door in mind? We got one here, 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 and here.
I'll go to this one.
All right. Move on up. And if I move your token contents, because I'm trying to just help you move the camera around, basically.
Okay.
All right, so I'll go ahead and move Cliff up here. We're not in battle, so there's nobody needs to worry about their movement, speed, or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and go up here and get rid of this door.
Also, welcome in, Nikki.
Oh, hello. Let me go grab Nikki's token. Do-do-do.
Mm-hmm.
The conversation she was having with the other crewmates just wasn't interesting enough, so she decided to come down anyway. Do-do-do-do. And I will get you caught up with what's going on in just a second, Nikki. Once you get roll 20 open. Okay, she can't hear me. All right, she might be able to. All right, so you get this door open. A strong smell of vinegar hits your nose the second you open it. If you want to move you want to move in and start searching kind of some of the stuff to find the source of the vinegar?
Sure. Why not? We've got it.
All right. So you find yourself. This looks to be where a lot of pickled foodstuffs are. There's pickled vegetables and pickled eggs everywhere in all of these. And they're in sealed jars. May have solved your food problem.
Oh, I do so like this develop.
All right, and so you search through, and you find all sorts of good pickled vegetables and pickled eggs. And so we will go on to who's next? Squire Flippa of Kalos. Sorry, I'm not sorry. What are you up to?
Yeah, so Squire Flippa of Kalos is going to look around this corner here.
All right, there's a door here.
Okay, she'll go through.
All right, this door in particular seems to be locked. That's at least the knob's not turning anyway.
She's gonna kick it open.
Yeah, their back legs.
Yep.
Yes, I love it. All right. Yeah, no, that should be easy enough. Okay, make me a standard athletics check. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna grab the fortune and misfortune tokens are still over here. So if y'all need to look at them, just go back over to the corner. Anyway, let me move everybody's cameras back this way.
We've currently got one fortune token.
Okay. Okay, let me flip that then. Thank you. That's why we're here to keep each other accountable. All right. 48.
Oh, so close.
It doesn't quite budge, but once you kick it, the loud thud you hear on the other side. Hey, hello. Please don't. Please just stay away. I've got a big old sword in here. I'll stick right through you.
I would prefer you didn't do that. We're here to rescue you.
Oh, thank goodness. The gang must have sent you. And the door swings open. Oh, hold on. That's too many. I almost erased the whole wall. All right. You find a man. He's got a shield and a shield and a mortuary sword, a wooden shield. He's got a long black beard and dark brown, like kind of oily hair put back into a ponytail. And he's got like hazel eyes and the occasional scar here and there with some like golden teeth here and there. And he's a human. He seems to be a little closer to a dwarven stature, but he's still a little too tall for a dwarf. Thank you for saving me. I promise I won't stick you. We're good. Are those things gone? The slugs?
For now.
Okay. Name's Stanley.
My name is Squire Flippa of Kalos. Good to
yes.
meet you, Stanley.
Stanley Duchovny.
Boy, I feel like. Have we met before?
No. Well, I've got a few business enterprises back in Silo. Maybe we've met.
Maybe. Anyway, you want to go meet the boss?
Oh yes. Whoever came to rescue me, it will be greatly rewarded. My crew is waiting to pay you at any moment. I'm sure they're the ones that sent you. And he steps out.
So, Squire Flip of Kalos is going to lead him right over to where she saw Fleetfoot go.
All right. So while you're doing that, we will go over to Kata. And what's Kata actually doing besides being a light source for the players at home?
So when Kata's not moonlighting as a camera woman, she's opening this door over here. Let me get back to it. I think it's right here.
Right, we'll go ahead and leave our characters
this,
right here, Flippa, for now, and then we'll move them up the rest of the way after Kata's done. Like this one right here?
Yeah, that one.
All right. All right, give me 1 second. All right, you open the door. Again, these are two bunks. that same kind of smell, not the vinegar smell, but the smell of
That's
that
good.
the ichor of the slug ichor is coming out, and you see two more people just dead, apparently in the bed, mouths full of water, completely dry. Two more crewmen.
Okay. Can I search them or the contents of the room for anything useful?
Yeah, you definitely can. All right, you start going through this person's pockets, and you find a key,
Okay.
like a door key.
A door key what?
A door key. It's got Sonic
Okay,
the Hedgehog
cool.
on the side of it. So, and then when you search this other person here, you find, let's do a, you find like a coin purse, and 1 second. Sorry.
You good?
You find a coin purse, and a mangosh, which if you need to, you might want to Google what a mangosh is. I think I have to also.
I'm guessing that's not some
It's a
sort
parry.
of like.
It's a dagger. It's a parrying. It's okay. It's one of those daggers that's got like the thick metal bars that go up like this on each side for parrying.
Oh, cool.
It's a French dagger.
I don't know how to spell it, so I'm just gonna call it a mongoose dagger.
Mongoose. All right. It's main gouche is kind of how it's spelled. I'll type it real quick. It's spelled the same as the book. There's this Zweihander book and the Mongoose book. Yeah. So it's a main gouchy. You find one.
How much is in the coin purse there?
And the main gouchy stats are here. And the coin purse. Let's see. Huh? I said, how many did I say to roll? Oh, this many. Boop. All right, you find 26 silver shillings and 42 brass pennies.
Okay.
And you also find like a little golden amulet with someone's picture in it. Just to save time, we'll say you eventually get Cliff to price it for you, and it's worth 50 gold crowns.
Nice.
So, yeah, golden amulet with a golden gemmed. So say golden gem and set amulet or whatever way you want to word it. 50 gold. That's the important part.
All right, cool.
Yes, these fellas are completely still. You're searching through their pockets and everything. Nice. And they're just a little water sloshes out of their mouths maybe when you try and pick up the coin purse, and it just splashes on the floor. But that's about it.
Okay. God is not really fussed.
All right, and then Nikki. What happened is everyone came to the ghost ship that was like anchored or whatever, and they fought some slugs on the top deck. And that took pretty much the first half of the session. So we went on break, and here we are. So your character actually kicked some ass. I had you hide behind a crate and sling bullets at slugs, and you actually, almost killed one. And then I had your character go and like frantically stab one to try and make sure it was dead at the end, just for some flavor. But yeah, you didn't get injured or anything. And anytime I tell you to take corruption, Nikki, you need to reduce it by 3, minimum of 0. So anytime I'm like, I actually completely forgot, but your character has like unfettered chaos or something as a trait we haven't been using this whole time. So you actually shouldn't have actually even been taking hardly any corruption this whole game, because like your character's so aloof and chaotic already that it just doesn't affect you as much. But I will try and remember that myself, so don't even worry about it too much. But anyway, so what would Daisy like to do? You can, that we're not in combat, so you could just move up to any. They've got a door here, a door here, door here, door here. You can move up to any of these mini doors, or you could, accompany someone into another room, whatever you'd like to do. But yeah, we are on this. Your character is currently right here. You are able to see everything, right? Okay, I just want to make sure because I have the dynamic lighting on and I don't want to.
So we're pretty much doing pick a door, any door, and
Yeah.
see what's inside.
Oh, and just to give you more info, they have searched all these boxes and found like linens here, linens over here. And just before you showed up, I think Cliff found a bunch of pickled vegetables and eggs over here, which kind of helps with your rotting food problem.
What's in the middle?
Oh, this is actually just a pole, like a support beam. Sorry, I probably should have drew a circle around it and made it like a dark abyss of a section of the map, but I didn't think to do that.
I guess she can go up.
All right. Oh no, you just came from up there. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
go out over to the right of that.
okay, like over here.
Yeah.
Over here. Oh, okay. All right. You come over here and you start investigating this box here. These boxes, and you find mostly just like animal hides and stuff like that. But you do find another one of these nifty leather cloak boxes, like Fleetfoot found earlier. So, and you do see like a perfectly halfling-sized cloak in there. If you want to replace your cloth, your ratty cloth cloak with like a fine leather cloak. All right, cool. You've got yourself a fine leather cloak then. If you want to add that to your talents and trappings tab. Doesn't matter so much really, but and while you're searching over there, do you want to go ahead and like check one of the rooms as well, or no big deal if you're being more cautious than everyone else? That's fine too. I just give you the opportunity to do that.
Sure, she'll check her room.
All right, you want to pick this one or this one or one of these? If you want to just move your token wherever, I'll pop the door open, whichever one you're on. All right. Which door did you want to check? This one above you or the one below you?
The one below.
Below. All right. Perfect. I'll go ahead and move you over here. Come as well. And all right, I'm going to open the door here. Yep, and you open the door, and your light reveals another one of these crew members dead and drowned, but completely dry. You sort of peek your head in a bit and you see another one over here on the other side of the bed. All right, and that was just for a sight reveal. I'm going to move back over and put your character back out of the front of the doorway here. And just as you are kind of peeking in, you see them both start to gurgle. Like they're drowning almost. And then they all spit all of the water out of their mouths. And then begin to slowly kind of rise and stand up. And in almost like a gurgly fashion, actually, you hear, even coming from some of these rooms that have not been opened yet, you hear, "The ocean will rise. The ocean will rise. The ocean will rise." and they all start to kind of slowly get up, almost like in a zombified state, but they're not like rotten. They don't seem to be rotten or anything, but you're not sure. So that is where we will go ahead and roll initiative. And everybody has the same initiative as before. And so I will just delete the slugs and roll for one of these strangely cultist looking crew members. And
Funny that.
yeah. And if everybody wants to go ahead and make an education or folklore test standard, I could probably give them some hints on kind of what's going on. Anybody that has
Sure.
folklore or education. A couple of you actually gained folklore over the week, so with me leveling up your characters. So let me roll real quick.
Education or yeah, I've got a folklore.
I have both. Do I just roll one? Pick one and roll?
Whichever one you think you would succeed more in probably would be your best
Oh,
bet.
just barely succeeded.
I feel like education.
Yeah, they're both based on the same stats, so you probably, if you have a rank in each. All right. So Nick, you got folklore, education. All right. Anybody else want to roll? Because this happens to all of them. This happens to even the one in your room, Fleetfoot. It's not just, and the one in this room here that Kata peeked in. It's happening all over.
Do we already have 2 successes, or do we all need to roll?
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to roll if you don't want. Yeah, right. So, yeah, we got a success on each. So, just, through the sharing of information and the chattering back and forth and stuff, everybody pretty much, come to realize that, the cultists of Leviathan, knowing what you know about them, how it's believed that they go through some sort of death ritual where they drown themselves and come back and gain their true power or whatever, all that creepy stuff. You believe these men and women might have undergone that ritual, and because that seems like that's what happened to the 3 crew members in the very beginning at the tavern before you left, that might have been what was happening there too. Yes, the cult of Leviathan, generally laughed at, because you would find dead cult of Leviathan members like everywhere. That's kind of one of the things about them, like, oh, they drowned themselves again, whatever, those kooks, but clearly something's a lot more nefarious about them than just being kooky and doing crazy stuff like this. So we will go ahead and we use the same initiative in this game for the whole session. So I just went ahead and rolled for the cultists, and the new cultists, and they got a 7, so they're actually gonna go last. So let me move this out of the way. So it is your turn, Cliff.
Nice. So none of them. I don't have anything in the room with me, right?
No, there's no one in the room with you, but you do hear, you hear the ocean shall rise coming from over here, or the ocean will rise coming from here. You hear it coming from down here, like in much higher volume, like there might be a concentration of people yelling it kind of on down in this direction of the ship. But you do hear it coming from here as well, but not over here.
Huh. Okay. I guess I'm gonna take the run action since I'm a fairly slow.
Yeah.
Let me see.
You can move ×3, and you gain +3 to your damage threshold. So remember where I told you to temporarily put that damage threshold from earlier? Go ahead, and if you didn't remove the 3 earlier, then you can just leave it there.
Oh, I actually didn't. So yeah, I'm good.
There you
All
go.
right. So yes. So 4 squares.
You move 12 squares.
So I should be able to get into. You said here, like.
Yeah, there's some moaning coming from here as well.
All right, I'll run over there. So, I couldn't get out the door for a second there.
Mm-mm.
I can't really I can't really see anything.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's part of it. I will. There's a daylight mode that I can turn on in a minute. I'm just letting you guys kind of explore a little bit more before I turn it on. All right, so let me get rid of this door.
All right, but I've run to the source of this.
And I'm going to move your token in just to represent your character peeking your head in, and you do see the person like basically turning to put their legs down on the side of the bed and then starting to stand up. Sorry, let me move them to the right layer.
Stop this. Oh, yeah. Lovely.
Yeah, so they're right there. But your character, hold on, your character's actually right there though.
Okay. This is bad business that we've gotten ourselves into.
The ocean will rise.
My prices will rise after this venture's done.
All right, everyone but Nikki take 1 corruption, and the reason why Nikki's character doesn't is because of that unfettered chaos thing. So,
corruption.
Very top circle, big circle.
Right.
It should be a 0 at the start of every session. So just everyone should have a 1 but Nikki. Nikki's too busy thinking about like her favorite bread or something to worry about. I just imagine her. Because she's a peasant, okay? I probably just hasn't tried very many good foods. All right, so here you are. What'd you roll? Indifference. Yeah, you're fine. Blood-soaked visceral. Okay, so I actually wouldn't say that this is blood-soaked or visceral. This is just like creepy and haunting, if that makes sense. Kind of a slightly different. Like if you saw like a gored cut.
Would you say it's more paranormal?
Yeah, if you got something like that.
No, just get an idea.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. All right, so let's see. All right, so yeah, Cliff, you've got you used all of your actions to run up and swing the door open. So Daisy, it is your turn now. You're also staring down 2 drowned zombie guys, cultists, whatever you want to call them. And you just to reiterate, you've got 3. Everybody's got 3 action points, and each of the actions on this list here have an action point cost, AP cost in that column. And so you just sort of do a combination of those things. And for those at home, we have not done combat very much in this game. It's been very research and roleplay heavy, so that's why we're still learning. And if you're having trouble viewing the action list, Nikki, just right-click it and then download it and then open it up on your computer in another app, and it makes it a little easier to like zoom in and stuff.
Sorry, you said I can do 3?
Yeah, you have 3 action points. Yep. And you've got like your shepherd's sling. We'll just say you have your shepherd's sling and your stiletto ready to go if you wanted to use either of those things.
Do I have my stick?
Your stick? Well, what stick you got?
No, probably not. She's not.
Oh yeah. Your staff, your makeshift staff. No, you have actual weapons on you this time. No, but yeah, you've got your stiletto up here, and your shepherd's sling, and your shiv. Your shiv's like a worse version of the stiletto, so I wouldn't use that unless you lose your stiletto. Or you could just back it. You could do. There's an action called take cover. You'll see in the top section under movement actions. That only takes 1 AP. You could basically just come and hop over this pile of cargo here, this cargo pile, and take cover behind it.
I'm just looking at the different things.
It's okay.
Can she
And if you just want to tell me what you want to do,
take down?
Yeah, take down. Yeah. Ooh, I like that. This is good. I'm glad I just let you pick something.
And is there a broom in the room?
Yes. Just yes, there is. There's a broom right there. Right there.
Okay.
It's right next to you. Just pick it up. All right. So this guy is basically like standing up on the side of the bed now. So same with this one.
Okay, and it says.
So you want to make a coordination test or athletics test if you charge. So you have to kind of back up a little bit and then charge in after him, basically, to do it. But yeah, so you grab the broom, take a few steps back, and run in. So let's look at your character real quick. And because let me go ahead and actually do something real quick so Kata doesn't have to keep moving around. Oh, I know exactly what to do. Turn dynamic lighting on. Boop. There's enough noise and stuff coming from everywhere to where you pretty much know what's going on in the whole place now. All right, so you back up and run up. So let's look at your character, Nikki, real quick. Okay, I've got it pulled up over here, actually. So you've got, it says either coordination or athletics. Looks like you have a rank in athletics. So go ahead and let's set you to standard. All right, so go ahead and roll coordination and then hit submit on the other little window that pops up. Oh, nice. 5 under 49. That is a major success. So he's basically, you know how like you get out of bed, you turn your butt, you flop your legs down and you stand up. That's basically what he just did. So what does it look like with your character just charging in with a broom and
She uses the broom to vault.
Vault, and then you just try and trip him up or something with your landing?
Like a vaulting and like a kick kind of.
Oh, nice. I love it. Martial arts. Got it.
Yeah.
So let's see. So they resist coordination or be knocked prone. Okay. So this counts as an attack too, by the way. You can still attack. Like you can still stab it with your stiletto too. So just give me 1 second. Let me roll coordination on this guy. All right. He actually passed this coordination, so he just like hops up and dodges your or hops back and dodges your kick, basically, and is looking at you. You got a real close look at these guys. They don't seem to be armed with anything. They're bare hands. So that was just 2 AP. So you actually have 1 more AP if you want to attack it, or you can save your AP for dodging and parrying, which might be a smart move if you want to.
Yeah, I'll save it for dodging.
Okay, all right. So you have 1 AP left to dodge or parry with. So so basically what happens is if they attack you and they succeed on a hit, then you can do a dodge or parry to try and avoid it. All right, so we'll go over to Fleetfoot. Yeah, awesome use of a perilous stunt. That's cool. I believe that might be one of our first perilous stunts. So Fleetfoot, it is your turn.
Yeah, Fleetfoot's going to dip back out the door and see if he can leave any sort of barricade between them and the drowned person in the room.
Yeah, there's a small enough. You can start pushing these bits of cargo up against it.
Oh, in the room, and then head out the door.
Oh, I got you.
So,
okay. Oh, I see. You
create
pull it
obstruction
towards
right
the
here.
door and then slide through.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just
cool.
get
All
out
right.
this way.
All right.
And then I'll hold my action points for any engagement.
All right. We'll say you have 1 left after doing that. So go ahead and if you could use the drawing tool and draw a shape and then draw a square there, however you would like it to look.
Oh yeah, of course.
For your barricade. All right, and then Kata, it's your turn. Yeah, these guys are they're not standing up yet, but they're gurgling and about to spit the water up.
Yeah, Kata's gonna use Litany of Hatred.
I love it.
And basically say, the ocean may rise, but you will not.
Oh, I love it. Yes. I love that. I love that there's a special action that's basically like that bard spell, like just baked into the game, like whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The one that everyone comes up with insults with.
Vicious Mockery, I think is what it
Yeah,
is.
that one. It's like vicious mockery baked in for everybody.
Yeah, it's great. All right, so
yeah,
I
you make
roll-
an intimidate chest, and equal to your FB is how many enemies on the ship you will influence with this.
Okay. That is a super not success. Do
Got
I have
some
anything that can
of a fortune token.
flip that or anything? I've only got one left. I do want this to work though.
Yeah, let's see if you have
Um,
any talents here that do flip to succeed on
I'm not seeing anything
intimidates.
though.
Nah, nothing for you can do guile and stuff. Like if you were to lying to them, which doesn't seem to be. It seems like you're telling them a
No,
promise.
this is straight up intimidate.
All right. Oh shit! I didn't mean to roll survival. If I did, we're good.
Yeah. What the heck? I'll use
I
it.
promise to use some misfortune points and give them back.
Where's the thing? On the overlay.
You
There it
just
is.
re-roll intimidate.
All right. Yeah, because that was a terrible roll.
Yeah, if you had flip to succeed, you had a 19 under 49.
Yeah, that would have been
Nice.
great.
Oh, good lord! You
Even worse. Awesome.
you you kind of choke up a bit at the end there on your threat, and they're just and then start spraying water at you. So now you're all wet and embarrassed.
Kata's just gonna be like, stuttering to get that out. Just go, I'll screw it, and throw a throwing knife at one of them.
They're just like laying on the bed. You're just like,
There's a success.
all right. Nice. All right.
And I rolled a 1. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. It's fine. It's
6
okay.
damage.
All right. They still took 1 damage. So which one? This one or this one?
The bottom one.
Bottom one. All right.
Yeah, so 6 damage total.
All right.
looks
Still
like.
took. All right. So it's just lightly wounded, so you don't do any injuries to it yet. All right. And so that was 2 action points. You have 1 left. You can do a straight up movement action if you want, because you're not they're not standing up, so you're not engaged with them or anything. You don't have to like do a maneuver to avoid any attack ops because they're.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull out another knife.
Oh, hey, there we go. Mean no business. All right, or mean all business. That's it. Squire Flippa of Kalos.
Yeah, so as Squire Flip is escorting Stanley Duchovny.
Speaking of, Stanley goes on your turn. He's gonna run and go and hide back into that closet.
Oh.
Unless you wanted to
Man.
try and grab him or something.
No.
Before... All right. He
So-
runs back to the closet. He's a
Yeah. Squire Flip actually has an angle on this cultist from through the doorway. So she's just going to turn, attempt to smoothly reload her crossbow as she's doing so to fire. And
hold on 1 second. Before you make that decision, give me 1 second. I forgot to bring some cultists to the correct layer whenever I revealed the whole map because I was doing it one at a time.
Okay.
So there's actually 2 more than you thought. So there's one actually kind of right next to you here, and then there's one down here also. So all right, now you can go. Sorry.
but this door's not open yet, right? So she still only has the angle in that one.
You just hear them in there
Okay.
chanting.
Yep. So yeah, so I roll coordination to see if she can reload without spending the action point.
That's what that does. Yeah, that's amazing.
Man, ugh, well, way too high tonight. I don't like this.
Wrong game. Wrong game.
So she,
Since most games are roll high, I always, anytime we're doing a roll low game and someone rolls high, I'm just like, oh no, the dice think we're playing the wrong game again.
yeah. So she has to spend the AP to load, and
Oh shucks.
I know. She'll do that and attempt to hit that guy.
Sounds good to me. If you before you roll, actually, and because he's laying down on the bed, hasn't stood up yet, give yourself should have given. No, I didn't give Kata a bonus, and she's even closer. So just go with it. Just roll it. Gotta keep it fair. I should have given Kata a bonus, but. Oh shit! Holy fucking shit!
Is that good? 28, is that good? High score? What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Well, the one was a critical success.
Oh my god!
All right, so what did it look like?
And is
It's
there
dead.
anything left?
Yeah, that was a lot of damage.
So what did Kata try to do?
She threw a knife at the other one.
Yeah.
She threw a knife
Okay.
at this one and grazed him a bit on the bed, like in his leg or something. And this one's just like starting to sit up whenever you shoot.
So I want to say that this one somehow, because of the angle she has through the door, manages to like come up under the chin
Mhm.
and embed itself straight up into the cultist's brain and kills it. But like very little blood comes out. So when Kata turns, Kata doesn't necessarily know that's a corpse yet.
Oh, perfect. I like that. I like that.
That's great.
Until she sees its eyes like roll back and then it just sort of slump into the wall. Excellent. All right. So that was beautiful. And you still have another action point. You can save it or move or do inspiring words or any sort of thing.
I'm gonna hang on to it because there's a lot of cultists that have to go.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. So we got about 20 minutes left. So I'm gonna try and hurry this up. All right. So and by hurry this up, I mean Captain Saltblade's gonna go. She's awesome. She's gonna. What are they chanting now? And she runs in there. Hold on, Daisy. And she just sort of pushes past you and comes in there and looks over at you, Daisy, and smiles. And she like almost cheers, like does like a cheers with you, but with her saber and your iron hand. And then she just like goes to stick the cultist. All right, this one in front of her. She's going to roll. That was 1 AP. She's going to do take aim. Again, she's reckless. She doesn't care if they hit her or not. 51 under 62. Low damage again, but who cares? All right, it still took a damage. Since this thing is standing up, it's going to try to dodge. But it gets a -10 because she's using gets a -10 because she's using a fast weapon, rapier. All right, it successfully dodged though. So it actually avoided the 1 damage by ducking. And just continues just without missing a beat. The ocean will rise. And then now it is the cultist's turn. All right, so we will go right here since this is just sort of where the action is focused, and we'll work our way around. So this time, when this cultist begins to say the ocean will rise again, nothing comes out of his mouth except something seems like it's coming from his chest almost out of his throat, and it says
We got
And-
squids in our cultists.
yeah. And so he's no longer making people noises. He's making slug parasite noises. And that is the same noise. I don't know if it sounds like it, but it's your character recognizes it as the same noise that the parasites were making. And you actually, he's going to just this one's going to attempt to attack Captain Saltblade, and this one's going to attempt to attack Daisy. So we're just going to go ahead and do 2 rolls real quick. And again, they don't have any weapons on them. Both of them are misses. They basically just end up like tussling with the 2 of you for a moment, and you just sort of knock them back or whatever, like failed grapple checks. And they're just going to I'm actually going to use I forgot I had misfortune. I'm going to use a misfortune. on just one of them in the reroll. He once he fails with tussling with you, he brings his fist back. Oh, also you can spend just as a reminder, because I know you can do a few things with these. Just as a reminder, everybody, you can spend fortune points to give yourself more action points too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you can't attack more than once in a round that way, and you can't perilous stunt more than once in a round that way, but you can still give yourself a 4th action point. Anyway, we're coming in for... Okay, so let's see which one does it. All right, so Daisy, the one that tried to hit you the first time is bringing its fist down and will successfully hit you. Go ahead and I assume you want to go ahead and do your dodge or parry. You can do whichever one has a higher number, the better option. And if under your parry it says martial melee, change it to simple melee, everyone. I could have swore I did that for you, but just in case. Sorry. On the talents and trappings tab on the bottom right, you'll see the dodge and parry buttons with big squares with numbers under them. And I just suggest rolling whichever one has the higher number in it.
And you said simple melee?
Yeah, make sure it says simple melee instead of martial melee. Like, because you have that little drop down thing underneath the number for parry. Okay, there you go. Awesome. So yeah, he comes in and goes to punch you. And how does she deflect it?
She takes her stick and like pushes in front where he's getting ready to hit.
Awesome. So he basically ends up just punching a stick.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, and then we'll move over to this one. This is this woman here in front of you, Cliff, this crewmate woman. She steps off the bed the rest of the way using an action point, and moves up here. She's actually going to try, and because she moved one additional time, you get an attack of opportunity on her.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Sure. Let me.
Any melee weapon.
Stiletto out.
All right, you just barely missed. You do. I did just give you guys one more fortune point, so you guys actually have a. So you have it 3 and 3 again. I think is what we're at. If you want to use one.
Sure. Why not?
All right, I'll flip it over for you.
Come on. Big money, no Emmys. Big money, no Emmys.
Ah, there we go. Awesome. All right, yeah, you dealt. Let's see.
That's no space doll.
The ocean will rise, and she basically tries to do like an axe handle, like wrestling move on you, and after you hit her, but she does take let's see, she takes 2 damage, so that leaves her at moderately wounded. So I'll go ahead and roll the D100 here and see what sort of injury she gets. Sorry, yeah, moderately. She got an 89. It's good when I roll high in this case. All right, so your attack threw her off balance, and it caused her to twist her ankle. So now she's limping. So her movement's gonna be reduced by 3. So she moves 3 less squares now.
Wowzer.
All right, but she's coming in for the axe handle. That makes me want to replenish my wrestling knowledge and run a wrestling one-shot sometime soon. Anyway, all right. Oh, that difficulty should have actually been standard, but she still would have hit because it would have been a 27 under. It would have been higher, a higher rating, not a lower one. All right, so you take 5 damage, which from what I gather, because this is still kind of the same round when you ran, your +3 still there, so you probably actually don't even take any damage from 5.
Yeah. For the moment, my damage threshold would be 8, so yeah.
Yeah, all right, so cool. It just comes in and just sort of bounces off of you, as one would imagine, like a 5 foot tall skinny person and an 8 foot tall orc, you know. All right, and then let's see. Who has not? Okay, so this one is going to fully stand up and move. So you get an attack op on it, Kata. If you could, it's a melee attack or attack ops though. So if you want to just sort of say you're stabbing it with your throwing the knife, that's fine.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I'll do that.
Standard.
Okay, and then I can just change this from simple range to simple melee, right? And then roll it to use the right.
Actually,
stats.
you sure can. Smart.
Perfect.
I didn't even think to do that. Oh no, I think Fleetfoot does have Fleetfoot and Flippa both have 2 of the same weapon. They got like a one-handed mode and a two-handed mode, so that's like kind of the difference. But I didn't think to do that with yours. 9 damage.
23 under 43 with 9 damage.
All right, that's so yeah. Let's get that D100 rolled then, because that is an injury. Oh wait, we're doing injuries wrong, but whatever. I'm just sort of willy-nilly giving them out. You're actually supposed to roll a D6, and on the result of a 6, they get an injury. But hey, we'll just say this is a very dangerous fight for these guys. They're very easily wounded. I'm sorry. I'm about as new to this system, running it, as y'all are playing it. Like I've played it a bunch, but you know how that goes.
No
That doesn't really
worries.
teach you a whole bunch. Busted kneecap. All right, so I will let you do this. Roll 2d10 plus 2.
Okay. I think Kata's gonna say something along the lines like no, I said do not rise.
Because it's gonna roll 2d10 plus 2, and then that's how much peril damage you'll do if it fails to do what I'm about to do. So just hold on to that number. It's gonna try and do a takedown on you using athletics. And if I fail this, it's gonna take that peril damage because of its busted knee. All right. And so you also are gonna make a coordination test if I succeed on this. So, ooh, a critical failure. So I'm gonna just do twice the amount of peril damage because he really twisted his knee. So that's 24 peril. What does that put this guy at? 1, 2, 3, 4. Holy crap. Ignore 3 skill. Oh no, he's already. Okay, yeah. How do I incapacitate a mindless undead thing if it is undead? All right, well, it basically its knee pops and it just falls to the ground. Like its body looks like it's writhing in pain, but it's still saying the same thing over and over again.
Okay,
But it is incapacitated. That's what happens when you take that much peril and you're already imperiled.
your knee, your leg bends the other way all of a sudden.
Yeah, exactly. Oops. So yeah, they're as good as dead, basically. This one here is going to run up behind you, Flippa, and try and disarm you. Take your crossbow away from you. So they're obviously not zombies, but
They're like 28 days later zombies. Right?
Yeah, there we go. They got a little more. All right, so coordination. All right, so I'm making a coordination test, and you must make a coordination test or you're disarmed. Haha, critical failure again. Your crossbow goes off. Roll to hit. I don't know. I don't know. It says make up cool shit on critical failure, so I feel like that works. I wasn't even worried about your roll. I was just looking for damage. So yeah, you deal. The crossbow goes off and stabs it into the shoulder. They scream. Seems their voice suddenly decided to change with that. All right, and so that's 2 damage. And because we've just been doing the the easily injured mode, we'll do that again. Just keep it fair and consistent. Oh, you jammed their finger. They jammed their finger when they were trying to grab your weapon. So they drop whatever they were holding. They weren't holding anything, so nothing really happens. But they have a jammed finger. Owie! I mean, there we go. All right, and then now it is nice. Is that a kitten? Is that a fox on this box?
That's Glitch.
Fox.
Yeah, Glitch is still being noisy.
No, I was talking about this drawing over here on this box. I didn't hear your kitten. Is that a kitten? I realized I was not clear.
Glitch just meowed when you said that.
That's so funny. All right, well, this guy is going to come over here, and because he's got all this debris in the way, he's just going to roll an athletics to try and get past it, and that's pretty much going to be his whole turn. And he fails, so stuff starts tumbling down on him, and he's just like still trying to work his way through it. So good job, Fleetfoot. And the other one over here is gonna come through, look at you, Fleetfoot. It's looking right at you through this door here. You weren't quite looking in that doorway at first, and then you turn your head, and then you just see this cultist looking at you with water coming out of its mouth.
I blame the dynamic lighting.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. It's that one's fault. So you notice a pale green ichor starts to leak from its ears with a viscous drip that acidically bubbles up when it hits the floor, much like the spit that was coming out of the creature's mouth earlier. And it is going to. So that's 1 AP. And then it's going to hustle over to you for another AP and try and attack you with the other one, doing another one of these miserably failing barehanded attacks. That's another thing I should. Oh, good lord! I'm gonna roll I'm rolling. I'm flipping this token and I'm re-rolling. Damn it! I'm gonna hit somebody. Yeah, 8 damage. So you wanna consult your talents and trappings tab and scroll down to the right, and you have your damage threshold. And for every one of those tiers that 8 equals to or exceeds, that's how many damage dots you take. You start off as unarmed.
I'm gonna parry this.
Yeah, let's try to. You failed.
Can I flip those numbers around?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
47 under 61.
Damn it, you can, and I hate you for it, and you can. So you succeed. For those curious, he has a halfling ability called Craven, and if he fails a parry with a melee weapon, he can flip the results to succeed, and that means he turned a 74 into a 47 under 61. So yes,
a parry, more like a solo. Am I right?
Yep. Yep. Okay. And let me look and see where. I think that's all the cultists. I get it. I don't get it, actually. I didn't get it. I still don't get it. Anyway, it's Cliff's turn.
All right, back to 0 damage threshold modifier. So now.
Yeah, thank you for remembering that.
I can be hurt.
I would give you like a piece of candy if I had one and it was nearby.
A piece of candy.
Like I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and okay. I'm gonna take aim with 1 action point.
Okay.
And make a melee attack.
All right.
Hopefully this just hits for once. Be on my side here, game, maybe. I don't know. The dice don't tend to favor me.
There you go, buddy.
Hey,
Very good. That that nearly kills it. Do you want to spend a fortune point to make it kill it? Because you pretty much would by maxing out one of those damage die and rolling another one. You're so close to killing it.
Use fortune for that. Sure. Yeah, actually, I will.
All right, use it, and then so go ahead. So what we're gonna do is returning this one you rolled to a 6. So that's 5 more. So you're at 17. So roll a d6. See what happens.
Come on.
All right. So 20 total. You finish it off.
Cliff leans in. All that rise must fall again.
Excellent. Your stiletto. You just shiv it to death, basically, like you're in the yard and they pissed you off or something.
Next customer.
I'm gonna get them in before the guards see. That's just how I imagine everybody everyone's just got like shivs in this group. It's like you are fucking hardcore, man. Up close and personal. Right as that happens, because I cannot stand ending battles in the middle of sessions. Yeah, I saw. I cannot stand ending battles in the middle of sessions, and I kind of had something like this planned anyway. We'll go ahead and just accelerate. The music stops. I'm just kidding. The music stops, and begin to hear this again. Oh wait, that's ocean sound effects. My bad.
Say,
you begin to hear this
is
again.
Nice and calming.
Nice and calming.
Did we win?
You're all dead. You're in the fields of Elysium. There's a nice breeze. Yeah, okay, cool. The deep noise isn't playing on my... Here it is. Okay, so that deep noise comes back. I'm kind of cranking it up a bit, so adjust where needed. And it all kind of just hits all of you. That feeling of drowning that individuals were feeling are kind of everybody's feeling it, including you can even hear Stanley struggling behind the door. It passes after a few seconds, and then you see all of the cultists like heads essentially begin to expand slowly, and not until they fully rupture, but until like the sides rupture, and you can see like where their temple was. Basically, you see like mutant slug flesh kind of pulsating on the other side, and they all fall to the ground, and you see the slug start trying to like break its way out of the skull and out of the shoulders, and everybody just like frantically starts stabbing until they're dead. But the noise, it just keeps going, and that's where we will end it, with that noise playing, and I'm not going to stop it until it ends on its own. All right. Yep. So yeah, we will pick back up next week with you guys. Everybody go ahead and get 6 corruption, except for Nikki, who gets 3 corruption, and except for so Nikki gets 3 corruption because of unfettered chaos, and because this is like part paranormal, part gore, I'm gonna say Fleetfoot only gets 3 corruption as well. So everybody gets 6 added to their 1 they got earlier if they got it, and Nikki and Nathan's character only get 3. And then I will go ahead and roll the D10. All right. So I rolled 7. So it's equal to or above. So that means everybody that had a 7 corruption gets their first chaos rank, which is good because you need 10 of them before you start mutating into weird monsters. So you got a long way to go. You've got way more sessions to go than we have sessions left. So I don't think anyone's going to grow any tentacles, but yeah. And then go ahead and everybody reset your corruption back to 0. And everybody go ahead and add, just because we don't have that many sessions left, everybody go ahead and add 3 reputation points also. So that way we might even actually be able to spend some over the week or something. Like I can send you all the thing and be like, here's how much here's what you could buy with reputation. So everybody should have 6 reputation points. That's up at the top in the little circle under fate points at the top left.
6 total?
6 total. Yep, there is 6 total. And I will look and see how much things cost, and if I need to boost your reputation up a little bit for you all to be able to actually buy some stuff, then that's what I'll do.
I have 7, but I think it might be because of something that I did in one of the earlier sessions.
Yeah, yes, I gave you a bonus reputation point for like a critical success on like a social check or something, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I
was making sure I remembered that right. So okay.
Yeah, and as far as XP goes, we're just gonna call it on giving XP for the rest of the game, and if we do end up having a season 2 later on down the line, then we will start that off fresh with like with the intermediate tier and everybody having like a new profession and everything.
Sweet.
But yeah, so I hope everyone had fun. Let's see.
Absolutely.
I think I ended. Okay, so let me describe one thing. Once you all finish killing everything and reconvening, Stanley Duchovny and Fleetfoot Mac lock eyes, and that's where we'll end the session. He recognizes you, and you recognize him. And then and Lyra and Lena rush down to see that happen. They're like, and they can cut the tension with a knife, you know. Awesome. But yes, and another thing as far as the food goes, everyone was able to deduce that it was basically something in the air that spoiled all of your food. Like there was like some sort of gas in the air that spoiled all of your food. So as long as that gas is not in the air, your food should still be fine. And all these pickled goods are sealed in a jar. So as long as you just pop them open and eat them, you know, all it does is accelerate the rate at which something rots. So obviously a pickled thing is going to take a really long time to rot anyway. So, you know, just pop them open and eat them, and you guys will have food for the rest of the trip without starving to death.
Woohoo!
Awesome. And I'll make sure everyone gets that loot. Would everyone be cool with us giving Flippa the rapier, because she has a trait that it specifically relies on a fast or finesse melee weapon?
I'm totally fine with that. Yeah.
All right, cool. So if you want to add a rapier to your character sheet, Flippa, the stats for it is a simple melee weapon, so the stats are right there.
I'd love to reload my gun.
Awesome.
Because it's the only thing I can count on.
Yeah, exactly.
I keeps it on me.
Exactly. Oh, that's awesome. All right, cool. Well, we finally met the dreaded Stanley Duchovny. I hope that was just watching. I'm gonna mention that as my star. That's gonna be my star. I'll shut up for now. But anyway, go ahead and end the show.
You're good.
Just go last with Nathan.
Yeah. We're gonna go on a raid here in just a second. But before we do, I'm gonna let everybody say what their favorite part was, where we can find them next, and anything that they would like to plug or share. And then our raid cry will be the ocean will rise, which you can copyright out of chat there. Awesome. And we're gonna go reverse order from what we did before. So we'll start with Leland. What was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? And anything you want to plug or share?
All right, my favorite part was this is what I thought was going to be one of my favorite parts, was when it sucks Nathan's not here to hear this, but when Stanley when she opened the door and was like, "Oh, Stanley Duchovny," to Flippa, and then I just looked down at the camera, and it seemed like it took a second, because I said Stanley at first, and took a second for Nathan, and then I saw Nathan look at the camera and be like, that was just really funny. Also really I really like Daisy being Tony Jaa and pole vaulting into the room and karate kicking the thing, even if it wasn't even if they still dodged it, it still was really cool. It was just the first time we used a perilous stunt, which is my favorite thing about the game, are the perilous stunts.
That's pretty cool, yeah. And
I liked everybody's conversation in the very beginning. I'm always worried if I put just an open role play segment in the very, very, very beginning of a game, that people aren't going to be acclimated it into their characters right away just yet, but that ended up working out to my benefit, so I really enjoyed that. But yeah, and where you can find me next? Shit, where can you find me next? Oh, Sunday on twitch.tv/attacktrick. Do you have the link? You could throw that in to chat for people? Okay, on twitch.tv/attacktrick at do you know what time our game is, Nikki? On Sunday? Okay. God damn it. Isn't it like
at a time
8 p.m. Central or something like that? Sound about right?
I bet
Maybe
you
Pat's
you,
in chat. Pat, are you in chat?
I bet you if you go to Attack Trick on Twitter, that Pat has posted the time at some point.
Yeah, probably.
Spelled the same way.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this Sunday at like 8 p.m. Central or 9 p.m. Central or 7 p.m. Central, not in that chronological order because I listed those wrong. You can, 7 p.m. EST, boom, 6
p.m. Central.
6 p.m. Central on Sunday. You can find us. We're playing an Urban Shadows game. Nikki and I and some other friends who are also regulars on the channel. Patrick, IC Historian. Patrick's running it. IC Historian's playing. Zan's playing. I'm playing. Nikki's playing. I could be missing somebody. I don't know. Am I forgetting somebody? It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's going to be cool. We created our own town and stuff. It's like super collaborative. We created our own town and we've got all sorts of characters. Nikki's playing a Fae character. I'm playing something called a Tainted, which is this guy who sold his soul to a demon. And he got all kinds of cool demon powers. But he's real cool. And Zan's playing a vampire. Obviously, if you know anything about Zan, you would know why that's normal for him.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, super fun. I'm leaving out. Oh yeah, and I see Historian's playing an oracle, like a fortune teller type character. So it's a really cool, like kind of almost like World of Darkness-esque type game. Come check it out.
Very cool.
And yeah. And what was the other question? That was it.
I think that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Thank you for coming.
So we'll hop over to Nikki. What was your favorite part? Where can folks find you next? And anything that you'd like to share or plug?
I can't really think of it. I joined really super late.
No worries.
Sorry.
Well, you turned it into a martial arts film at the end. I think that was cool. You
yeah.
Just go ahead and
the vaulting thing was pretty cool. Yeah.
Just nice to get to join everybody.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thank you for coming. I know you had a rough day, and and literally would not have minded one bit if you'd taken the whole day off. So it means a lot that you showed up.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I will just go to the next person.
All right. Let's hop over to Stace. What was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you'd like to share or plug?
I gotta say, Squire Flip is 2 kills. The nail gun and the under the chin crossbow bolt. Love a good kill in a TTRPG. So I can be found on Twitter at Stace Windu. I can also be found on the Explorers Wanted podcast, a weekly Numenera actual play podcast. It drops every Wednesday wherever podcasts are offered for free. And I'll drop a link to the chat.
Awesome. The next we've got Nathan. What's your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you'd like to share or plug?
My favorite part was the scene where Squire Flippa lit up the slug a la nail gun. Can bring that right back again. And you can find me on Twitter under What Is Kiss.
Fantastic. And then Mr. Parr. Same questions. Favorite part? Where can folks find you? And anything you want to plug or share?
My favorite part is Cliff encountering this cultist in the room. Not for anything that happened in game, but because I could only see the Simpsons meme of Marge with her hand on Maggie's shoulder the entire time, and I just imagine that was Cliff. Like, you need to log off. You need to log off this Ocean
You're done.
Rises thing. Really need to leave this behind. But yeah, you can find me next week. Same channel, same time slot for this lovely show again. You can find me a day earlier next week for a different show. And you can find me on Twitch at Mr. Parr, Twitter at Mr. Parr4E if you want to follow my professional ventures at Parr Professional. And that's a wrap for me.
All right. That just leaves me my favorite part. Hard to pick a single one. For Kata, I actually really liked the like trick shot, flipping the knife up and it just going straight through the slug. That was really cool. Again, the Daisy's just like pole vault leap into the cultist was pretty sweet. Yeah, Flippa with the sharpshooting there with the crossbow was amazing. Pretty much everything that Fleetfoot did was just fantastic. And I am so excited to see the finally see the standoff between Fleetfoot and Stanley next week.
Oh God.
It's gonna be great.
I'm gonna improv that whole thing, and obviously, and I'm just gonna come up with some personality traits for Stanley, and we're just gonna see what happens.
And then for Parr, all of Cliff's little one-liners and quips are just chef's kiss. I love them every week.
Yeah, even if he's not saying them out loud, I just imagine him thinking them sometimes. Even like, you know what I mean?
Cliff
just narrating the show. He's like the only character voice that's narrating in the film. You know what I mean?
But yeah, the whole thing was a lot of fun. That was Zweihander combat is very different and in a good way, and it's fun to get in there and play around with it. Where you can find me next, I'll be producing Time Travelers tomorrow at noon Mountain Time, right back here. Really cool.
Or any time, really, because they're time travelers, and it doesn't really matter when you tune in. It could be live whenever.
Well, yeah, but the audience doesn't time travel, so they have to be here.
Oh,
at the exact
I thought
time,
everyone was a time traveler. No.
But yeah, noon Mountain Time tomorrow for that. It's a time traveling horror game run on Monster of the Week. It's a lot of fun. We've got a special guest coming back for this episode, which is going to be great. Really excited about that too. And then I'll be GMing Animus Absentis at 6 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow as well. And yeah, we're wrapping up the beach episode that we had last week, and probably going to get into some more peril and shenanigans again. So that's going to be fun. And that's it for shows for this week. Let's see, what was my other question? Things to share, plug. So sponsors, of course. Let me get that into chat. Fundamental RPG and Intrepid. Fundamental RPG is a really cool tabletop system with chaotic everywhere author, aka me. It's a lot of fun though. Put a lot of work into it. Just released for Amazon, so you can get the physical copy, or you can pick up your PDF copy at coffee.com/raven/shop. If you like D20 systems, but don't like a ton of like rules heavy stuff and number crunchy type stuff, you kind of want to have freedom to do whatever you want with it. It's a really good system. You can run literally any genre off of it. Animus runs off of it, as does Water, and Hunters of Calamity 2 last season ran off of that system while we were in playtesting still. So very cool stuff. Go check that out. And then Intrepid is adventuring gear for real life, athletic, casual, and outdoor wear with a tabletop theme. You can also find that at the coffee shop link that I mentioned. And then if you'd like to catch up on this show or any other shows that we've had on the channel, you can catch all previous episodes, or most previous episodes. Some of those super early seasons we don't have on there yet, but like the last couple of seasons and this one. You can check that out at the Fantasy Network at watch.thefantasy.network. Just go to the stream library, look for Black Feather Guild, and that's where all our old content will be. So very cool stuff. And we're going to go on a raid. As I mentioned, our raid cry is "The Ocean Will Rise." And actually, one more thing to share before I forget. is that we are doing casting for next season. I forgot to mention that. So if you would like to sign up for a show for the next season, which runs from May through August, I will have a link here in chat for you in just 1 second that you can click on to sign up. And it doesn't matter if you have a ton of experience with streaming and tabletops or not. You are still welcome to apply. And there we go. There is the link in chat. So definitely feel free to go sign up for that. There's a lot of fun games that are going to happen next season. We're doing a lot of new shows, so definitely go check that out. And all of that out of the way, we're going to go on a raid and just make sure he's still streaming. Yep, we're going to go raid Gabe. Gabe James Games. Oddly enough, the first GM I had for a Zweihander game, my very first time playing Zweihander. Fantastic streamer, writer, just everything. All around fabulous person. Give him a follow if you're not doing so already, and feel free to throw that raid cry into chat as we go. And then I will.
I
see you all.
applied for that game, so I'm pretty sure that means you took my spot. But whatever, I'll let it go.
I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye.